And now you have to think about itemizing to survive the PA burst, the crit, and then also maybe the Zeus Thunder's Wrath and the bolts, right? Like we're kind of seeing the same thing here for Xtreme, where you need to deal with the initiation of the Centaur, but the magic damage of the Lesh, with the physical damage of Ursa, and then you have the Moonlight Shadow, an evasion down the line of Mirana, some random 5 Death Prophet who will just be around the whole game, just chilling, doing whatever she wants, right? So I think this is a very traditional looking lineup from Xtreme, but for Secret, they are the ones who have kind of leaned a little bit more onto greeding it up, right? We do see the offlane Enigma, the position for Doom, like Crystallis. He's not going to have a great game into Leshrac in theory, but he's going to be able to exploit the lack of control and maybe open up the engagements where maybe he's not doing the perfect amount of physical damage, but he's setting up the perfect Doom or the perfect Black Hole, right? So yeah, I think Secret have a slightly harder draft to execute on, but they do have the resources to be able to win out this game. This for sure is not a draft that has concluded with one team looking far superior than the other.
Well, let's see. As you say, we definitely know more about Xtreme Gaming from the opportunities they've got and places and lands they've been able to play. Secret, the way that qualifiers have gone, they haven't had as much chance to sort of show what they're capable of. So this is the real first test for them here. Now let's see what they can get done.
And yeah, don't forget that DreamLeague and these events, it's all about building up the Pro League points, and I'm pretty sure, if memory serves me well, Secret are sitting with no points, I think?
I think they're definitely at least not in the top 12 or what. Oh, they're 10th. Oh, they are, okay. They're just 10.
I went through the list because I was like, I'm pretty sure I've not seen them, at least in like the hearty point section, and they're in that like awkward middling section where they've turned up to an event and that's about it, you know? So, all right, they're 10th right now, but they need to make some deep runs. Of course, it's early days for this kind of the tour itself. So, any good result, any first, second place will probably throw you straight back up into the qualification spots. But yeah, Secret are gonna need to qualify or do well. Sorry, not qualify. That's an easy statement to make for any team.
Looking at these lanes, I mean, is there anyone that you feel is going to suffer the hardest during this laning phase? Who's been put in sort of who's taking the short straw when it comes to matchups?
I think potentially Crystallis, because he's got a Rubik support with him. So yes, you have a slight defensive support with Fadebolt and Lift, but Slark hates playing into Centaur plus range combos. Like you'd think Slark is one of the best heroes to bully any offlaner, but when you're playing into double-edged spam or Centaur and then some arrows, it's so hard to play. So I think Crystallis will probably have the hardest lane of all the cores right now. Yeah, that's also if Jinkyu wants to come and lane with him. Because right now Jinkyu is making stacks at minute 2. So already being very efficient in the jungle.
I mean, even early on, right, just super hard to bully the Centaur with these two heroes. Success feeling pretty safe, even in these moments alone. Now, mid lane so far, a little bit of an edge here for Corden. Was able to get in there a bit more solidly with the earlier CS. XM trying to be a bit more focused on harassing the Timbersaw, but it's going to get more difficult. That bottle fully topped up, pointing the reactive armor. A bit of sustain for him. We'll see how the lane continues to play out. I mean, as sort of this mid lane goes, does the Leshrac eventually get ahead, or the Timbersaw will just be sort of at a point where he doesn't get harassed out the lane?
I think both heroes have equal annoying wave clear, where Leshrac has lightning, Timbersaw has that reactive armor, the tankiness. We're also seeing a Timbersaw putting points in reactive, right? Like, it's been so long where he's been starved, and there's a little bit of aggression happening bot lane as well with Doom and Boom. Oh god,
that's the
Eki and Boom. Yeah, shouldn't be saying player and hero names because that'll make it a little bit harder. But the lane in bot are applying a bit of pressure. But yeah, in mid, I expect it just to be Lesh throws it under tower, Timber's under tower, he farms. Nothing really crazy. If either hero dies, it would be front page of Reddit, I feel.
Yeah, it feels incredibly unlikely. And
of course, 6 would change that, but you know, pre-6 front page of Reddit.
I mean, is anyone going to be moving over towards mid or indeed top? They're going to try and force back XXS. And they got the telekinesis. That might do it, and it will. First blood here for Crystallis. Very well played there by the two of them. Able to punish the fact that once again Xingqiu is sort of making his rounds along the map, and this time XXS left on his own. He's going to feel the pain.
Yeah, Xingqiu, he does kill Crystallis' courier, but in doing so, Secret go, wait a second, he's not in lane, so let's go for the fight. Eki nearly dies to the Death Prophet in bot lane. And Death Prophet 5, this is one of those heroes that it became a 5, I'd say about at least 2 years ago in Eastern Europe. And the reason why is when you have low pressure off lanes, where you can, when you know you're not helping your carry out, you get your casual points in Siphon, you get levels, you will still do the same things, especially when you have the move slow now tied into your silence to be even more annoying. But as soon as lanes get more aggressive, Death Prophet will just fall out of favor. So this is kind of one of those Secret draft themselves into a position where they could give Death Prophet 5 a good old try. And Timbersaw has done very well in mid. No real deny advantage, just XM, just missing more CS. Of course, there were double waves under tower, making it a little bit harder for him. And
well, top, they're going in pretty deep for this attempt onto Crystallis. They're going to whiff the combo. Arrow doesn't connect. XXS dying. I mean, it seems whether Xingqiu's with him or not with him, this top lane's not a pretty place for him to be. A couple of deaths now. It's a couple of permanent essence shift stacks here for Crystallis.
Yeah, and this is quite a weird go. I was going to see if I should call for a replay on that one. That's pretty worthless. It's a 5-minute moment. But anyway, it's like your Centaur's under tower, going for a stomp. The Slark jumps out, but then they still commit for the play with Xingqiu missing the arrow on the stomped Slark. It was just really weird from Xtreme. And yeah, because of that, they are going to trade away another death on Centaur. So 2 deaths now.
I mean, Chris is having a great time. He's got, I believe, the boots and the Orb of Corrosion coming out. He's just half a level away from hitting the level 6. Honestly, I think what could have been a difficult lane for him has ended up being rather free for this Slark. You know, Chrysalis has come out on top in a sort of situation where, yeah, I feel like this Centaur Mirana against the Slark Rubik, more pressure could have been put on. It wasn't.
Yeah, I think Xingqiu just played a very, courier-focused laning phase, right? He made his rounds around the jungle, he looked for some couriers, he made some stacks, he just kind of did everything but play the lane. And then when he came to the lane, it was just a little bit too late. And I feel like against Slark, like one bad death, it catapults him to level 6, where he has that confidence to continue playing the lane, where in other scenarios, he could have been, level 4, level 3 right now, really struggling. But yeah, just very good stuff coming out from Secret. All lanes going very well for them. Enigma has 0 pressure bot lane. He doesn't really care about Ursa. Again, Death Prophet. It's like a trader farm. Ursa will farm, Enigma will farm. Life continues, and yeah, Secret very content.
I guess the question is as well with this. Oh, see actually on the mid lane, Puppy. Just gonna see if he can get him with the grab on XM. It's a bit too deep. Won't be able to get the setup, and DY's in with the counter TP over towards the mid lane. With the way that the bottom lane's going, and Boomy's about to hit the 6, is there going to be a bit of a window where they can try for a black hole play onto Arme?
Yeah, I feel like if you bring at least the Rubik in, because Doom doesn't provide crazy amount of damage. He plays on like tick damage with his Scorched Earth. So I think if you bring some 2-point Fade Bolt Puppy into the play, throw some Blood Grenade, then yeah, you could give it a good old go. Worst case, he doesn't die, but then at least you're probably taking the tower. So
yeah,
expect rotations to make it. And even Timbersaw, he identifies the fact that Enigma is having a very good game, and yeah, they want to open up the map. DY and Death Prophet can't defend this by himself, so
no, he's got to stay hidden. Doesn't want to show himself. They'll put the fortification, of course, but big pressure coming with the Eidolons. Also, Crystallis turning up just in case any sort of fight did get brought to this area by Xtreme Gaming. He'll quickly pop back top as he realises that there's not a chance that Xtreme's going to try and show up with any sort of numbers down here right now.
As well. As soon as he TP'd through, he lost his ultimate aura, so he pinged out the wards, went through the gate, and yeah. So D1, yep, they see DY here.
Arme.
Where's Arme?
He's playing on the edge here with Cord and dancing around with him.
Bot lane as
Be a
well.
bit careful. As indeed DY.
Okay.
I mean, he's a speedy death prophet. You know, he's hard to catch. Now they could be in trouble. Okay, he's getting run down by Arme. If Arme can get this kill, he'll have the XP for level 6. He's hit it. So he can now turn as well. Look towards Boom. And, well, suddenly, just like that, that weren't a great couple of moments there for Secret. They lose the two of them down bottom. Black Hole's on cooldown. Meanwhile, over in the mid lane, Corden also died. It was looking like a pretty well-controlled start to this game from Secret, but they kind of just blew it all away in that couple of seconds there, T.
Yeah, and what happened mid, as you just saw there, the Leshrac hits the stun, followed up by the arrow. He was deep underneath the tower, and Xtreme gets another kill.
One.
What a...
All right, well, Xtreme Gaming, you know, they were just kind of, you know, taking it chill the first 8 minutes of this game. Now the Secret sort of walked in their trap, and Xtreme, they're punishing them. They're able to jump up to a 1k lead. It's a slow start, but it's a sure start, and Secret, they've got to be a bit more careful.
That should help.
I'm just taking a moment to absorb what Secret just did there, right? Like, it felt like one Stampede just globally gave Xtreme ability to do everything on the map, and Jinq, he had a Lotus out of one, but the control post-leash, he could have maybe used it during the leash. He opted not to and wasn't able to leap out, but yeah, Secret, they're going to have to, you know, refine themselves a little bit. Of course, I think the saving grace is the fact that Ursa hasn't really, you know, started his journey towards Battle Fury, right? He's got only the cornucopia. It's, I think, too crazy, and the puppy is going to be going down. This is the combination that you need to respect. It's this any hero plus XM, right? Like if it's Lesh plus Mirana, you have double stun combo. If it's Leshrac plus DP, this 10% slow and silence, it is enough to, you know, contain heroes to some degree to help facilitate that damage. Secret, they are now grouped up together. They're overlapping their cores just a little bit because they are afraid of this Leshrac. There isn't really a way to kill off Lesh, right? It's like you need Eki to get level 6 on Doom, and then inside Doom you need to lift him or pounce on him. Because if you don't, he's stampeded and he's running away. And I don't think you can rely on Black Hole at the early stage of this game, because there is Earth Split or Split Earth, there is an arrow, there is a high-ranged AoE silence from Death Rocket. Like, there's a lot of ways to prevent Enigma from feeling too good.
Some lovely stacks here on the side of Xtreme Gaming. They've got a bit of an ancient stack over for Secret, but just that bit more here from Xtreme. Let's see what Secret's next move is going to be. They do have Black Hole backup.
Right, we are currently 0 for 1. I am keeping a tracker for this.
You're going to keep a track? Oh.
I am keeping a tracker. It's 0/1 right now, and we'll... I'm sure everyone in Twitch chat will also keep the tracker, but we'll see if it improves or not. To be fair though, this is a game where Boom, you know, resets, get to blink BKB. Every single ult is pretty free, right? It's just he needs to dictate the fight to be, you know, slow enough for him to absorb all information and hit the correct one. Early game though, I expect Black Holes to be difficult. Hence why he's gone for a Vlad. He's going for auras. Oh no, he's not going for blink BKB. He's fully going for the aura build. But maybe Black Hole isn't going to be the key focus for Boom in this game, based on his quick buy.
Moonlight Shadow from Xtreme Gaming. I think it may have been caught a bit underneath that deep observer wall that Secret have, so looks like Secret won't be caught by surprise by this one. Boom, back under the safety of his tier 1. And they won't be able to get the grab here, Xtreme.
Yeah, I think for Secret, they're probably waiting for some of their magic resistant items to come out, right? Like Chrysalis wants his Mage Slayer, Timbersaur's looking for at least a casual cloak before he gets the Shroud. And at that point, I would expect Secret to probably, you know, rally the troops, cross the river with a smoke, utilize Doom or Black Hole in some way, but again, they just don't have enough control to prevent Stampede from completely breaking their fights. And They are smoked up now with both the Doom and the Timbersaw. Blink is available, so a lot of pure damage burst is in play for Corden if he can find the right hero. I don't think Death Prophet or Morana, is the right hero for their jump.
They're going to dispel the smoke as well. Xingqiu steps up and suddenly this whole move is a bit awkward. They're going to pop the Stampede and the Ghost. They're ready to turn straight towards Eki. Arrows off the mark. Doesn't matter. Eki to fall. Xtreme Gaming get the kill. If they can bring the creep wave around, they might be able to put some pressure on this tier 1 tower as well. Quick moves to make as they were immediately ready for that as soon as they were able to spot out that smoke with Xingqiu on the high ground.
Yeah, it's an incredibly disciplined game from Xtreme. Like the way that they have their heroes across the map, right? It's the supports are in the slightly vulnerable areas of the map. You've already lost this bottom tier 1 tower, so having anyone kind of floating between the middle to bottom portion normally will tank that inevitable smoke. So yeah, I think Xtreme setting up their heroes very nicely in secret. A little bit desperate to make a play. They probably wanted Rubik to be available with the Timber and Doom to make that type of play. They need some instant lockdown to set up everyone else. Again, I will be mentioning the lockdown a lot of times in this game because secret will need to most likely itemize to deal with the problem that they're facing right now. Uneartha, Claymore is complete. He's a couple hundred gold away from the Battle Fury. Of course, the stacks were farmed up by the rest of his team. And when you look at the net worth, though, it's like the cores and secret are doing extremely well. It's just like the smaller map moves that you see from them haven't really connected. But in regards to farm and the general economy, it's doing very well.
I'll try with the Moonlight play, but Eki was sitting under his sentry ward, so was aware that they were coming for him. Looks like it might not matter, though. They still get a pretty good jump onto him. Boom, stepping up this time. The Black Hole, it hits just right. Gets the two of them. XM and DY caught by it. Nicely set up there by Secret. Sure, they lose Eki, but it was all a bait. Plays around his sentry, baits them in deep with the Moonlight Shadow move they're trying to make, and they punish them.
Yeah, nice punishment, especially because you kite them back just long enough, and yeah, now 1 for 2 on the Black Holes.
Xingqiu. I mean, he's been very cheeky there, trying to poke into Crystallis. I don't know what else he expected. It is going to be a death on him.
And even with Puppey, right, he stole the Siphon, then he stole the Leap, so he could leap after the Mirana, keeping the Siphon going. It was quite wonderful plays. And yeah, now Secret, they're getting some confidence back, right? They can feel the tankiness. They've used their big spells, they got some kills, and they're going to poke just out a little bit. Of course, the difficulty is, will Secret be confident to make moves with Doom and Black Hole on cooldown? Like, because Enigma's going for the Aura build, that naturally allows him to make moves outside of his ultimate, which is perfectly fine. But when you throw in a Doom into the mix as well, he's going for a drum. So it does look like they're trying to buy auras to cushion the fact that they aren't always going to have their ultimates in play. Just when do they look to kind of make those moves? I would expect it to be probably on the next round of ultimates. So Battle Fury complete. He's Eki top, but yeah, no blink, no real way to keep him locked down, no diffusal blade. So we'll happily push out the wave. And is this going to be a Roshan potentially? They are kind of like weirdly.
No, I think so.
Here.
Yeah, it's pretty safe to do so, right? Because you've got the Exorcism and you've also got Stampede. So if you need to get out of there, you're going to be able to run. There's no Black Hole.
Yeah, exactly. It's all on cooldown. Yeah, Roshan is going to be so fundamental for Secret to respect this entire game. And they're respecting it already at the 17-minute mark. But it's going to be dropping.
That's too quick. Arme's able to take it here with the swipe stacking up. Aegis into his hands. Question is if Secret still want to try and take a fight after this. They were heading over, but now they're starting the retreat.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, Secret still considering about fighting this. Arme, he's going to step in. Now get him with a jump. There's the Stampede, so they can find their positioning. DY is able to pop the Ghost. Arme just fully focuses Boom, takes down the Enigma. Now turns towards Crystallis. Crystallis pops the Shadow Dance. Chakram comes flying in over towards Arme as well as a Fade Bolt, but it's not enough to burst him the once. Arme's able to get away. XM runs down Puppey. They've taken out the two of them. Secret, they've got to run with the rest of them. There's no fight to be had here anymore. As they try and poke for something, but they didn't get anything. They don't even get the Aegis out of Arme. He's still got it safe.
quite a scary fight for Secret to take. Like, both teams were respecting vision quite a lot in that fight. They had the sentry, the obs down. One team had it on the top side of the tree line, one team had it on the bottom side. They were kiting back, but yeah, for Secret, they never really found an entry, right? There was no Doom. Black Hole was still on cooldown, and Xtreme, their heroes, they will happily just slowly walk towards you. Like Leshrac with his, Kaya Surge. You got Ursa with his Aegis plus Enrage. Very easy for them to take these constant fights. Christmas now has the Diffusal Blade completed on the Slark. So he has Mage Slayer, he has a way to at least contain heroes with that move slow from the Diffusal Blade active, and we'll see what Secret's next move is, because for Xtreme, it's pretty simple. Play together, swoop across the map. If heroes present themselves, they can get the kills. They've got triple blink now on all their cores.
Slowly but surely taking over the map here, Xtreme. Secret. I mean, do they go for this play during the Aegis, or do they wait out the Aegis? If you're Secret right now.
They can take the fight into the Aegis, as long as they find the Leshrac at the start of the fight. Now, if Leshrac's already dead, or at least doomed off, then they can go, but that is so difficult to do when you're playing into Moonlight Shadows, and of course, we've mentioned it so many times now, the Stampede. But
yeah,
the fight is available, but so many factors need to go their way.
Xtreme definitely not fearful of taking it themselves. They look for a smoke to try and get the catch, but Secret are elsewhere. They could look to just steal the Tormentor though. Yeah, they'll go straight for it. 20 minutes in, they'll make the smoke move. They don't get a kill, but arguably at this point they get something a bit bigger. They get the Tormentor and they get a free shard for XXS.
Now a cool thing here would be, will Xtreme just go for the tier 2, or will they then reset across the map, take their own Tormentor, and then play? Because sometimes, at least when Tormentors were first introduced, we saw this. If we play bottom side of the map, steal enemy, go back for ours, get ours, we get so much economy for free. And that has evolved. We're seeing here teams not be so, eager to take both of them instantly. They are looking to pressure the tier 2, but there are worlds where teams could potentially go, you know what, they've taken our one, let's smoke to theirs and be ready for the fight if they were to try and make that play. And the Tormentor meta is somewhat evolving, maybe a little bit more understood nowadays, but
no, I think if anything, this game is just that Secret's lineup just don't really do the Tormentor too easily, do they? They're going to head over now, but at the least is to grab the Wisdom Rune. They're not going to try and push for anything like the Tormentor at this point. They've got to back off.
And now Boom's going for the BKB. Yeah, I just don't know if he needed the mech. That's my one concern for.
Sure, but you would have just liked to see this accelerated a bit. You feel like playing to this slower pace with this build-up doesn't really do you any favors against Xtreme?
I think it's one of those moments where there's so much burst damage on Xtreme through the Ursa jumping you or the chain combos that a mech could help be like the very marginal difference of the Slark getting his spells off or something, right? So I respect the idea of it, but it's also one of the games where there's no black hole cancel. So if you just trust yourself to hit the hole on an Ursa, on a Leshrac before the big spells are used, it is like a free game. So yeah, I feel like maybe he could have gone BKB before mech. If he's able to utilize mech correctly and amp up his team in the fight, then of course it validates the item. But right now, really yet to see the way Secret's playing, needing the mech.
Vision Q, but the counter plays in. XXS able to get the two-man who stomp off the Stampede's there. Xtreme Gaming, they're able to reset. DY has popped the ghost. Eki will commit with the Doom in upon him. The movement speed's still there for DY to separate himself from the rest of Secret. Boom, he's trying to get in with a blink, but he can't close the gap. They can't find the black hole. In fact, XXS, he's going to jump back in on them. Comes in with a three-man who stomp. XM steps forward. He's able to buy time here with the Yules. He's kicking out a lot of AoE damage. Silence from DY comes in from the side, catches onto Eki and Puppey. Eki will fall. Immediate buyback comes in from him. Chrysalis having to pounce away back up to the high ground. DY gets back in the center front line. They'll drop the black hole. It's only onto the one of them though. It was only onto DY. Boom goes down. Another buyback coming into play here from Secret. They're trying to fight this, but they cannot. Eki down again. Dieback on the Doom. The setup into the arrow onto Corden. Corden, he's got a timber chain out of this. He's got to try and run. Xtreme Gaming, they're not going to give him the chance. Another Yule setup into a stun. They're slowly but surely bringing Corden down. He will bring down XM with him. But it's looking to be a team wipe and maybe more. Puppey on the retreat. The arrow will miss. XX says he's got another hoof stomp in a second. He'll surely be ready to dive this tower to look for Puppey. He tries to turn and throw back a stolen stun. It won't work out. Arme gets the cleanup. Ultra kill from him. And as I say, a team wipe and more there. With the 2 buybacks, 2 diebacks from the supports of Secret, Eki, and Puppey. That ends up just completely disastrous for Secret. Xtreme Gaming with a huge outplay there. That whole team fight. Secret just all over the place, T.
Thank God we have a replay, but it boils down to the Enigma and the Doom. Such key spells for the Secret to take the fight. They've doomed the Death Prophet. They've disengaged on Xtreme. Secret hold the high ground. Boom then blinks to try and go for the Ursa. Doesn't connect. Doesn't commit for the Black Hole. Then the big turnaround from the Centaur. Lesh was 1 second cooldown, maybe 2 on his stomp to even kill them quicker. But for Secret, the fact that you've used Doom on Death Prophet to then use... Hold up, we're going to see it in a second. Black Hole on the Death Prophet. Like, he tried to go for the Ursa. He didn't connect. So, yeah, both of these spells thrown onto position 5. You're never going to win a fight like this. And because of that, Xtreme just walked through and, yeah, Arme, he's going for the Yules build on the Ursa. Most likely Octarine down the line. Some, like, Wind Waker stuff. Like, the super tanky, constant threat style Ursa. And, yeah, Secret, if they want to win this game, they're going to have to execute a lot better in these fights. Because of this current spell usage, they are getting picked apart and just outplayed in these team fights.
Absolutely. Just sort of seeing heroes like XM on the Lesh in that last fight. There's so many times where he got kind of close to being killed off, but they could never finish the job. He must have just kicked out an insane amount of damage throughout that whole team fight, surviving as he did. Very much in a pretty strong position now, XM, keeping up with the farm of Arme's Ursa, that's saying something. There's a lot of damage coming out from him, a lot of items with his build. Very hard to bring down, and now... Secret, waiting on those cooldowns. Not long to go. 15 seconds and the Black Hole will be there. But it definitely feels like they have to immediately get out and look for something. Because with each passing moment, Xtreme Gaming, they're just going to be getting further and further ahead to the point where there will be a time that even if Secret do hit sort of these perfect kind of multi-man Black Holes, it probably won't matter, T.
Yeah, and Eki, he's close to getting that Blink Dagger. That will simplify the engagement for Secret just a little bit. You get yourself into a smoke, you get a high ground ward, you see some, maybe even the nighttime vision of Slark, and then allow yourself to just start a fight with a Doom pre-spelled, right? Like the fact that you're dooming the Death Prophet with an active Siphon and an Exorcism probably isn't the best start. And Secret, a couple hundred gold away from at least having maybe some hope for the next fight. And Arme, Octarine now complete. He is doing the build.
The unkillable build.
The unkillable build. He didn't go for status resistance on his 15 talent, but he's obviously went for the Earthshock applies to Fury Swipes, because obviously with Octarine, more Earthshocks, more Fury Swipes, ways to help him supplement the fact that he's buying damage items, and he's going for a heart as well. He knows that if he just soaks up with Doom or anything, then...
I mean, yeah, good luck killing the Lesh, and then, I mean, you're going to need more than good luck if you want to kill this Ursa.
Yeah. Very, very hard to kill.
I'm going to be a bit careful about how they go for Roche, because they do know that Secret are heading over in this direction, and that they do have the ult. If they want to take it easier, Xtreme Gaming would maybe be happier finding a kill, or at least setting up this area a bit better with vision before they do commit. Seeing if they can find that pick off.
Has been killed.
It feels more like Xtreme are just smoking as a be ready, they might fight us. Pause for 5 seconds, understand the situation, and then they go back. And like when you just look at all the items on Xtreme, there's just so much synergy on enabling each other, right? You've got blink yours on Arme, blink yours on Leshrac, blink BKB on Exorcist with a Veil, a 4-star on Mirana, a drum and a yours like Death Row. Like every hero has a supporting utility item to help someone else out, right? It's very incredible stuff in that regard, and it's why the fights are so difficult for Secret. Boom now has the BKB. 9-second BKB. This next black hole, Secret, they need to wait out this Aegis. Play the wider map. Don't try and fight into the 4-minute left Aegis. And then from there, maybe the black holes can connect. Or if you find a big meaty black hole with Ursa there, then sure, you can also go for that one too. But if he misses this black hole, then it could spell disaster. Already a 13k lead.
They're going to go for the back lines, get XXS. They drop the Doom down upon him. And Arme, he's in with the counter plan. XXS has sort of been given the space to back off out of this. They've lost Deki. Now they've got the control onto Boom. Boom, he's going to have to put the BKB. He's going to turn, he's going to consider dropping down the black hole. He's going to hold on to it for now, but now it's going to mean that his BKB is going to come to it, and he won't have the black. And he can black hole, but with the BKB already gone, he's not got any sort of safety to rely on. Crystallis is getting completely controlled here by XM and Jin Q. It's just 3 dead again from Secret. They get caught in an awkward spot, and they just can't put a team fight together.
They just can't really do anything, right? It's like, if they want to play the wider map, then Xtreme will just walk down the lane, right? They have Exo, they have Leshrac. They're going to take your buildings. And Secret don't really have that perfect wave clear. We saw the OG game earlier. The DK illusions, the Naga illusions. Secret don't have that. So when the game gets difficult with this Aegis, they either need to like poke Xtreme to prevent them from going high ground because spells are used out on the map, or they need to somehow skip every wave perfectly, which is already very, very difficult. And because of that, Xtreme are just, benefiting so freely. Like, does Boom want to commit black hole there? Like, he's gonna what? Black hole the death profit again? It's just not worth it. Is he gonna black hole the Ursa with Aegis? Of course not. So I feel like for Secret, if they maybe had more heroes ready for the Centaur Doom pick, get the kill instantly, then reset, probably a lot better, right? But that wasn't the case, and now Xtreme, they go to the bottom side of the map. Hit this thing just for a little bit.
The Tormentor's going to be back up in a second, right, with how quickly they stole it earlier. Here it is, round 2. They'll go for it again. Steal themselves another shard. This one for Arme. I mean, that's a very nice one to have. Completes the build even quicker then.
He is going to be very, very scary. He gets the heart. Hard to get a slight buff. I think it was, what, 5 more strength. Of course, it lost the HP component of it, but there was a very boring heart meta, so it did need to get nerfed.
Lucky find.
Aegis out in 1 minute 40 seconds. Oh, Stampede. Oh, for Doom. Okay.
And at the same time, maybe even a catch onto Crystallis. XXS was able to get in with a jump hoof stomp. A couple of pounces away, Crystallis was just able to finish up that Aghanim Scepter. May just save his life here. Continue to hunt for him in the trees. They've got the Moonlight to buy extra time to get the vision upon him. At the same time, XM and DY, they take out Puppey. Crystallis continue with the juice, but they've found him. Tries to TP out, but unfortunately for him, ends up TPing out on top of this ward. And they see him, and they catch him.
And Armage just hitting mid-tier 3.
I mean, he is. I mean, I guess that point of the map as well, sure, he might have had the chance to sort of hold back on the TP and check for vision, but you just don't expect that ward to be there at this point, do you?
It's a pretty deep ward. It's normally like kind of like the Roshan ward, but yeah, to have it random at this stage of the game, then yeah. Xtreme, pick them off.
Here's the push. Tier 3 down in the mid lane. 20 seconds until Crystallis is back up. XXS, ooh, he's teasing around with him under the tier 4s, tries to get the jump in onto Boom. They'll be able to kick out a fair bit of damage here with the Chakram, and they've popped the fortification. See how much of a pushback that gives to them. Arme, 20 seconds left on his Aegis. He's going to jump and get as much out of it as he can. He's going to look to try and commit to take down these melee racks. 15 seconds left on the Aegis. And they know it. They'll take the melee racks. They got what they came for. They'll back off. They'll reset.
Now the Secret instantly smoke here. Exorcism's on cooldown. You now can ignore the death profit in the next fight. Sure, you're down 20,000 gold, but if there ever was a moment to try and fight, it would be now. A little bit obvious, but Xtreme.
They're ready to go.
Becky, he's not aware.
Completely burst down there through the combo. Crystallis, he's been caught by the long silence. The black hole's there. It's the big one. It's the beautiful one. Boom! He comes in clutch. Catches them all. XXS has to BKB TPI. He'll make it away, but it's a triple kill for Boom. And absolutely making up for some of the whiffs earlier there. A beautiful one from Boom. Keeps Secret in the game.
There it is. You know, he hits the 5-man hole. They're ready. They bait him out just a little bit more. Eki, he starts the fight with his death, instant buyback. But yeah, for Boom, such a struggle of a game. It has been so difficult for him to connect. But look at that. He instantly jumps in with the BKB to cover just in case. Corden with the follow-up damage. Doomed onto the Ursa. This is the fight you expect from Secret. You want to hit the key Doom on the Ursa or the Leshrac. You want to hit a black hole on minimum 3. This time he hits 5. Can they do that again, though? That was a very zealous play from Xtreme, right? Like they could feel the fact that the game was completely in their hands. So they're just
they were running straight into that,
they want, right? But still, now in the back of their minds, they're thinking, wait a second, this Enigma, he is a threat.
Yeah, that was... Well, if he can do it again, but as you say, you don't get 5-man black hole twice in a game. Or if you do, something's going seriously wrong. He's done it once. Let's see if he finds a chance to get something again. Either way, with that play, what was on the verge of looking like a complete stomp, whatever happens now, it's not going to be that way. Boom. He's blown the game back open. Sure, they're still down 11k, but it was in the 20ks beforehand. He's managed to swing it back around here for Secret. Give them a bit of breathing room. Give them that extra bit of chance to kind of get Chrysalis in a position where he can get in these fights, get his BKB done, and get these kills without being hindered too much.
Yeah, this game now for Secret is all about just be a nuisance, right? Like the Slark, he needs to get into the fight, scream at Xtreme and go, look at me, please. Let them jump him, and then allow for Boom with his BKB to connect on that black hole. And I just looked at the kill feed. He got 3 of the kills out of the 4. So he now has nearly a refresher. He got 600 for the Lesh, 500 for the Mirana, 1,000 for the Ursa, right? Of course, assist gold from the Death Prophet as well. So if he can get a refresher for the next fight, what was a very tanky build from Ursa, it might not be that useful anymore because he's going to die in 2 black holes. He's going to die in, you know, maybe 1 black hole if Secret's prepared for it. But the point is, like, he's not some basher, big physical damage. I see the Enigma out of position. I quickly Abyssal kill him. Haha, you can't do anything, right? It's not now the... I'm going to try and tank your black holes, but now you've got 2. I didn't expect you to have 2 after how bad your game was. So this could now be the quite an awkward net worth for Xtreme, where it's been invested in a certain game plan. And our Secret, they're feeling confident. They're like, all right, Boom, you got this. Black holes available. Of course, the Aether Lens is helping Boom connect on the holes, and they want to find someone big here. They're close to finding Arme. They're pinging him out.
Arme would be the biggest one to catch. Can they kill him? Oh, no. Oh, okay, there they go. XXS, they're jumping into it. They get him with the BK. He's got the BKB off, but he gets doomed. He's going to get out of this fight. TP back to base. Arme turns over towards Eki. Chrysalis in with the Depth Shroud to keep Eki safe. Arme now keeping his distance. XM, the backup's turned up here for Xtreme Gaming. Secret, they've got to retreat. The stun catches onto Puppey. It's a double kill for XM. They're seeing if they can try and hunt down Boom as well. He's out on the low ground. From the low ground, should be able to continue to retreat. So Secret at least able to cut their losses a bit there, get the rest of the heroes out. But unfortunately, back to sort of the black holes they don't want to be seeing, T.
Yeah, pretty much. It's... they had
but he did get XXS at the end of it. They didn't kill him, but you know, it hit someone. So credit to be given where credit is due.
Yeah, he felt a little bit charitable, right? He just saw the missed black hole. He's like, you know what? I'll jump in there just so you get the stat that you don't miss it. But yeah, no, I think it's like one of those, like, if he connects on the Ursa, it's going to be perfect, right? But he had the Aether Lens, he had the bonus cast range, but rather than casting it on max range, he kind of clicked it closer to himself and he just missed the black hole. He does have refresher in 100 gold though. So maybe
do you commit for that, or would you say for buyback?
Yeah.
Do you think you buy up, or do you hold buyback?
I think this game's too much about the fight for Secret. So I think for Enigma, he can go for refresh and no buyback. Because if he misses, let's say, the next black hole and has buyback, who cares, right? He's gonna buy back no black hole. What's he gonna do, right? So of all the heroes in the game, he's a little bit more explosive with not having a buyback. But Secret, their execution is really their downfall right now. If they can just, if they hit the spells, it's devastation for Xtreme. But for Xtreme, on the other hand, when they're together, holding each other's hand is so easy. Now also gets a free Aghanims from the Roshan. He has a heart, the Octarine, the Ags as well, so you can reduce the cooldown, allows it to use his ultimate during Enrage, and DD picked up by the Slark. This is...
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing, right? Being able to pop the Enrage whilst you Black Hold.
20 seconds for 2 black holes, but Aegis advantage. Secret wish they could have contested this Roshan, but of course, they will just do that. Left has the Aegis, don't forget.
That's true. He's going wherever he wants to go because he knows they can't do anything about him. Jump forward here. XXS counting things out. He's able to get the vision really onto the 3 of them. Krista's having to step away. Eki is going to be focused and taken down. Run over, in fact, with a Stampede. Finish off the Doom. Crystalis, he's trying to stand his ground against XM, but he's had to use the BKB and the Shadow Dance here at the same time. And he's dead. He feels like he cannot run, and that means he's out of the game for 75 seconds. He did spend up. He does not have buyback. Xtreme Gaming, meanwhile, of course, they still got the Aegis. They've still got the cheese. They're going to start taking secret space from them.
Dead for a minute. Eki dead for 20. Sure, they got the black holes, but they're not going to want him using now. And with Aegis, they walk up the high ground with confidence. They take mid. They're taking top. Jinki pushing out bottom as well. They will be maybe even contesting for a mega creeps here if they want to get super aggressive.
I mean, I think that they're going to realize soon that this Slark just doesn't have buyback if they stick around and keep the pressure on.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top ranks.
Corden. The Moonlight Shadow to reset. 25 seconds still.
Is under attack.
Yeah, they know at this stage that mega creeps are certainly on the table. XM jumping in, will get doomed on the side. Boom is going to use the black hole the first time round to control Arme, but Arme, as soon as the black hole ends, he's able to jump in onto Boom. Boom popped the refresher, but he couldn't get the second black hole off. He's out of the game for 60. Corden caught by the stuns. He's dead as well. No buyback on him. They'll have the Slark back in play. Crystalis, it's just him and Eki. Puppy's got a buyback available, but there's no Corden, there's no Boom, and there's no chance. GG is called. Xtreme Gaming will take this game 1.
What a game as well, right? Like, just the putting the...